Well, hello there, and welcome back to Completely Average Gaming, and welcome back to Rise of Industry. It's make or break time here, we're gonna need to call this map a name. Let's call it Averageville, because I am that would probably be one word, and there we go. Because I'm very much a creative person, although the naming schemes of various different scenarios here might not be a clear and proper indication of such. Now we finished off, we can begin with ramping up the last episode. We spent about all the episode figuring out where exactly we would start our business. Ended up with Masavai here. It probably pronouncing that wrong. We're going with Spanish names here on the startup difficulty, which is hopefully going to be interesting. There's another car shop. I didn't see that one. Huh. But known that, we might have done a different scheme, because it's also a car shop up here, which means we could have produced, resources one place or produce something one place and then double up the amount of resources we could ship off. But enough of that. We started going for the clothing store here. Is our current target. The amount of products needed by the town usually cranks up a little after a few days, or probably first month, I'm gonna guess. And then we'll see how much we can actually make. Right now we have 2 textile factories making a grand total of 4 every 70 days, or every 35 days, give or take. Which is something we might wanna, even out a little. So turn one of the factories off for a while, in order to, turn one of the factories off for one cycle. Or half a cycle, I should say. So we get more of an even production, rather than having, every 35 days for what was made, and then the next month, none of these were made. But we'll see about that. We also researched fibers, because fibers, as you can see here, is also in profit. It's not as much of a profit, but we're going to need it for later products anyways. So we might want to give that a go as well. Now this thing here only has one water siphon, and I am considering whether or not that might actually... Hang on. You have 2 harvesters. You have 2 harvesters. 2 and 2. Is this even right? That would require 2, so that's fair. And 1 each. All right, so that's fair then. It's right. It's done right. But that means that we could possibly also throw in another water siphon harvester thing for each of these, and maybe get away with not making another water siphon. Because fibers are gonna need. If we look in the recipe book up here and type in fiber with an S, there we go. Fibers. They're going to need cotton, which makes fibers. Now, cotton needs water. 2 water per field, I think. So we'll go with another plantation. I'm kind of hesitant in going closer to the city, because if you go too close, you'll get a influence penalty. And if you get a influence of 0, you're not allowed to build in a town anymore. And that's kind of, less ideal, one could say. But I'm gonna wing it anyways. Hope for the best. I'm gonna hope for the best again by just cranking up all 3. That's 6 cotton every 30 days. Now you have nothing delivered yet, so I'm not so afraid of switching around. You require 3 cotton every 30 days in order to make 2 fibers. So that's 2 of these bad boys for this, and that would become a perfect ratio, which is nice. This is not a perfect ratio, but what can you do? We'll put another couple of textile factories. I think we're gonna put them over here, actually. Like that. Sure, works. Indeed, it works. We're gonna connect that up over there, hook you up and hook you up. And how much water do you require? You require 6. Darn it, I could... Every 30 days, though. Every 30 days, though. Which is 2 harvesters exactly, isn't it? That makes... 1 harvester makes 1 unit of water per 10 days. So that would be 3 per 30. Which means for 2 harvesters, indeed. Alright, we'll put that there. And we might not want to switch anything up in terms of what gets delivered where. We're gonna hope, cross our fingers and hope that this will indeed be capable of traveling from here to here. No problems asked. Like that. So we're going to want to also add the plantation and plantation 2. So it makes, why is there 2 plantation 1s? It doesn't make any sense. I'm going to remove that, hope for the best. And where's, no, hang on. Water stuff, oh, we already got it open. Alright, farms, plantation 2. Indeed. Now these guys, fiber. Ooh, they're set up automatically. That's swell. And you then need to have some destinations, namely Textile Factory 4 and 3. There we go. Beautiful. Then we're going to set you up with your destination, which is going to be commercial and clothing store, and commercial and clothing store in Mustavai. I think double L in Spanish is pronounced with a J sound. Mustavai. Mustavai. I feel like I'm talking Russian more than Spanish, but you know, I give it a go. I did as best as I could, I would say. See, the alarm keeps going off at 1:26 every single day. No clue what I set it on for. Or whatever reason I might have had for that at any given time. But I keep forgetting to turning it off as well. So, you know, my apologies. This is what it's all about. Let's have a look here. You're starting to get water, but no berries. That's fine. Berries and cotton takes a little longer to make. Hopefully we can stomach the cost until you guys start producing. Yep, field 1 is done producing. That's gonna be nice. It's gonna come in handy. We are already way down there in terms of you know, financial means. Come on now. Make me some products that can be sold so that we can stay afloat. We do have the possibility of taking up another loan. We do indeed. Let's just hope this works. Alright, fibers are getting produced. At least. Dye, not just yet. And that's Textile Factory 4. Let's have a look at number 3. Also producing fibers. And maybe we can you know, push out about 150 grand in profit this month. There is that possibility at least. Let's have a look at the town here. And the demands. The demands are not up, which is not good. That means 1 per 15 days and 1 per 15 days. That's really not gonna be what the need we got at the moment. Now we delivered some stuff. What did we deliver? Fiber is delivered, and that since we delivered so much fiber at once, the prices for fiber is dropping. Is not particularly good. Come on, dye. Really need to work. Dye is actually done producing, and it's being transported to the city. And there's a sand collector from some idiot right next to town. They obviously didn't hear about the darn it! I should have kept my eyes open because that is a very expensive loan. Where's my headquarters? Here it is. We're gonna need to take out another loan. If I were to select this one, ramp it up to max, that's 114,000 a month versus 5 million to the max, that's 59 grand a month. And in order to pay off the loan, just to remove that a little quick. Let's have a look. Seems to be 5 million in order to pay it off. Fair enough. We'll have to take out a loan. 59 grand. Here we go. And pay off the bankruptcy loan. Alright. Now we'll see if we can make wing a profit or not. That would be absolutely fantastic if we could. Prices keep dropping here. No, prices are going up again for fibers and for the dye as well. We're still gonna struggle because none of these is actually gonna make us a ton of money. I could go with light fabric as well, but that's not gonna make a large portion of funding either. Hardware store, anything of interest? No. For those of you who sit at home saying, it's the 130% on cotton, it's not gonna make much money. Trust me. If any. I've tried this. You know, selling tier 1 products. Milk and beef might actually be something though. Should have been if this would have been berries, you know, just hold off what we overproduce. But no. No, nothing of interest there. I mean, wool could be of some interest, but there is production overview. There we go. Factories. There we go. Last month's efficiency. Textile Factory 3 and 4 is making it at 100% efficiency. That's good. 1 and 2 though, only 56 and 58. And they're all costing us about half a or 550 grand each. Not really ideal. A little bit more than I expected it to be. Alright. We'll look here. Really tier 2? Because it would be, wouldn't it? No, it wouldn't, because light fabric is tier 2, so that would be tier 1 then. Textiles, fibers, and dye. Made for a total of, give or take, 145 grand sales, which isn't gonna float our boat, if you know what I mean. Suppose we might as well get cracking on the research tree then. $1.8 million, 9.6. I think we're gonna grab this one. And hope for the best. I'm not really sure about that, but I see it as our only way out of the hole we are currently in. Especially when these guys don't ramp up their production at any rate. This one is almost at 100 though, so that might actually be a way to make a any amount of profit. Maybe, possibly. I'm not sure if that's, you know, 100% of average value, which I think it is, or if it's you know, 100% come on, of the expenses it costs to produce. Now, if we quickly were to look in here, it's water and fiber and dye. So light fabric should be fairly simple. We can ship some of each of that over to the textile factory making light fabric. Now, if we had more than one on each of these, you know, points here, that would have been a great help. Yeah, we've all been missing E02. There we go. Factories and textile. Put that, say, there. Look it up like that. You're going to be making light fabric. They're going to sell it to the clothing store in Mastavai. I'm going to keep going with the J sound thing. And we're going to set a that as the destination. We're going to ramp it up to dispatch priority 2. Is this the one we just did? It was. Fair enough. We're going to do the same thing here. Textile factory file will have dispatch priority 2. You can probably guess what's going to happen here now. There we are. You're not sending it anywhere? Well, that is... How much do you have stored? 4? Alright, so it wasn't that much. It wasn't like we missed out on life, so to speak. There we go, though. There's some textile in there. All is good and well. Well, there's some dye in there, was what I was gonna say, but I didn't. We're already making our first light fabric, which incidentally is sold for a lot more than I mean, that's 241,000 ahead of schedule. Textile factory production, that comes in very handy. Very handy indeed. So we got 1.5 million to make a loss out of before potentially, you know, forfeiting the game. Now, we need 2 of these every month, as it looks down here at least, in order to make a profit. Well, no, because we made 211,000 last month, but that was, of course, selling all the products that we otherwise now would be sending to the textile factory to make light fabric. But that is a nice little bonus, though. We are apparently overproducing water, or by textile factory 2. Well, at least compared to berries, so we might not be overproducing it. Alright, light fabric. We sold some light fabric. Ah, so close to making a break even. Just you know, 100 grand away. Basically pocket change. So if we could just, you know, pretend that's a plus, a green number for a second, please. Ah! Woo! What? Hello? 172 grand in profit. And I think, you know, before we see some red numbers going out there again, I think we're going to leave it there for today. If you guys enjoyed, please be sure to smack the like button. If you guys want to stay up to date with all things average, be sure to subscribe to the channel. If you got any thoughts, comments, or suggestions, leave those down below. And until next time, guys, stay safe, stay cool, stay frosty. I don't know what the cool kids say these days, but stay what the cool kids say, and I'll see you then. Till then, here we go.